right, welcome everybody. This is Vishawn Huff, and last week we had a Pro and Dirty, and that's that we do every Monday, and that press for team members. And for those of you that are watching it today, not just team members, but people that are looking into the opportunity, but more important, today the topic is steps to improve your life and specific steps to transform your life into your best life ever. Now, that may be a bold statement, but I really think about something today. Today's about, all right, spring is in the air. A lot of changes happen in the spring, and I want to encourage you rather to really go within and new awakening for you in your life. So I want you to think about something right now, and that is, in your life, if you're down the path that you're currently on, right, same career, same family, same house, same place that you're living, 50 years from now, would you feel like you had lived a full life? So most of you probably are, you don't feel like that full life if you continue down the same you're on right this minute. And I would be if you said that you were happy on the path. So that's really what this call is about. It's about how do you make changes in your life so that when you go into the grave, because we all have the same age, we all end up dying at some point, right? Some sooner than others. But when you go into the grave, I want you to feel like the best life possible, that you've done everything that you can with the gifts and talents that you've in order to achieve a lifetime of. Because really, what it comes down to at the end of your life are three things. Did you live? How well did you love? And have back to others? And if you can't answer those with a profound, yes, I did a really good job, then you need to start making changes now. Tomorrow. Don't wait until now, depending on your really what's going to happen if you delay living your best life, the more likely that 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're going to become very cynical about and what other people are doing. And you're going to feel like you were somehow left behind. And I don't want you left behind. I don't think you want to feel like you were left behind. And that's really where I'm coming with today's hangout. If I can just inspire you in to make your life that much better, then my job is done. And I will have felt like even today, as I go to sleep, I will have felt like I have done something wonderful that I would be happy to. Now, hopefully I won't be dying tomorrow, knocking on wood over here, because I have a lot of things I really want to accomplish before I, pass on to the next life. But I don't mean to be morbid, but the truth is that so many of us go same old, day after day, and we aren't happy. We aren't happy with where we are. We aren't happy with where we're going in our life, and we feel regret about things in the past. We feel anxiousness about things in the future, but we don't feel peace with who we are today because we're not living out our true passion. Okay, so that's really the key, passion. So if you're listening to what I invite you to do right now is to comment in the box below. You'll see there's a box right below this hangout. Comment, tell me who you are, and I have a gift that I'm going to give to you for live that nobody else is going to get. If you watch this as a recording, but you're not going to get it. So if you that are on this call today and you're live, then comment below, because I have a free gift that I'm going to send you that literally will help you to reach your and to help transform you in renewal in the spring when everything is new, and it's going to help take you in that new direction. Okay, so for the rest of you, if you're watching this as a recorded value, but I really encourage you to try to catch these live, interact with me. And my time is very valuable, and I teach my team this as well. You don't want to just give your time away to everybody that's out there, because what's going to actually teaching other people that it's okay is not valuable. And really, that's that each one of us has. From until the time you die, time is the commodity share. We may have a different financial background, we may have different, but we all have time. We have a set amount of time. So that commodity is very precious, and you should treat it as such, and you should only give your time who are serious about making a difference in their life. And about, for instance, if you're on my team or business, and I know you're serious because you will have gone all participating, you're actively taking action, then for me, I know, and so I'm going to give you my time. I'm going to give you more of my time. I'm going to call you. I'm on coaching with you because you're serious, and those are the type of people I work with, and I hope that those are the type of people you want to work with as well. All right, so here's where we're going to start. Today, I've got kind of a full agenda. I always like to keep it stay on target as much as I can so I don't bounce all over the place. All right, the first thing I want to talk about, and I listed 3 things if you got my email. I'm actually going to change it up because I'm going to start with the reason succeeded and until now. I'm going to show you the reason why you haven't succeeded. And the number one reason that you haven't succeeded is, number one, you haven't experienced the pain point, that big pain point that has thrust you into wanting to make a change. And what I mean by that, it's so easy that earlier, day in, same routine, and never make a change. Because change is sometimes hard, isn't it? When you make changes in your life, big ones, it's going to be scary. And you've got that fear that's going on. So if you haven't experienced enough pain to want to push through and succeed, the big reasons that you haven't succeeded. The second reason you haven't succeeded until now is because you have not had a team or somebody that's going to help keep you accountable. It is almost impossible. I won't say impossible because I truly believe possible, but it's almost impossible to achieve goals unless you have someone to keep you accountable. When you have your life that keeps you accountable, you feel obligated to succeed, and it motivates you to keep going. So that's really where I'm here. I'm your team. I'm here to help motivate you and inspire you to continue to press forward towards your goals, because the big goals, the big dreams that you have in your life, they don't happen overnight. Surprise, surprise, right? They don't happen overnight. Even if you win the lotto, your true passions are built overnight. Money doesn't solve your problems. It does help alleviate some of the pain, but it doesn't solve your true soul passion. So what I encourage you is, if you're in a business before, or you have started your own business perhaps in a team environment with a group of people before, and you have not had success, time, freedom, whatever you've been seeking and you define as success to you, if you haven't experienced that yet, then most likely you do not have a team accountable. And I want to extend that to you. So if you're watching this call for the first time and you're concerned because you haven't had that success, then I invite part of our team, and we're huge. We're a trust me, and the people that are associated with me, it's everyone that is part of a tribe, and I think we're almost 1,000 now in the tribe from what I saw online. Some of them obviously are all in, are fully invested in the business, and some of them are just, so if this sounds like something that you need in order to succeed, button below where it says join. And what that's going to do, it's going to get you in contact with me, and we can start working with you. By we, I mean the tribe can start working with you and help finally have that success in your life. Okay, so and the third part of why you haven't had success is you don't your reason why. And I've had a number of hangouts on this, but your purpose is to, why you want what you want. If you're just going into something for the money, you're really not going to have as much success, because it's going to get all of the monetary gain. Then you have the money, but do you have a reason for living? Do you have a legacy that you're leaving behind? If you don't have a legacy, everything is dead. I mean, it really is true. Money can't buy you happiness. So you really do need to why you're doing what you're doing. And that's part of the special gift that I'm going to be giving those of you who are watching this live today. You're going to get a gift that'll help you to find that reason for sure right now. Some of you already know. Now it's just a matter of putting the plans into place so that you can be successful. The next thing is I want to give you the action steps so that you can start building your freedom plan. Well, what's a freedom plan? A freedom plan is a plan that allows you to live your best life. A freedom plan is something that allows you to have both monetary freedom, and time freedom, because that right there is the best of both worlds. That's the best life, because if you can use your time for anything you want and not ever have to worry. Think about how much benefit the world. Think about how many things you could accomplish that those things were not a worry any longer. People that you could spend time with if you had more time because you had the money that when you were out spending time with them. They could change your life, how that could transform you as a person, how you be so inspired, want to help others. Well, that's basically what's happened. Inspired to want to help others, because I have experienced an immense transformation over the past 2 years, and a completely different person than I was 2 years ago. I see my job, my goal is to help transform people, specifically to feel powerless in their situation, to become more powerful and driven human beings with a purpose-driven life, to achieve something that they're so great that it invites a multitude of people into it. It's really broad, I know, but here's the thing: is I don't want anyone to ever feel powerless. And by powerless, that's the feeling of other people that are in control of your life. You have to go to a job you hate because you money, even though you hate the job. That you have to live where you live because that's the only. Those are all feelings of, and this also goes along with the physical. Protect yourself. Like maybe you're being, abused as a woman, or even as a man. Maybe you're being physically abused or bullied in some way. So for me, I'm also a martial artist. That all with who I am and what my purpose is to help people that currently feel powerless to suddenly feel and in control and to live out their true purpose and their best life. If you don't have that kind of passion in your, then I encourage you with us, get in contact with me. We're going to help walk you through an exercise to get you to that point. So much passion, so much motivation to live out your best day. You can't imagine doing anything else. Okay, so what are the action steps to getting there? Well, it starts with 3 things, and that's the mind, the body, and this also comes back to my martial arts training as well. So what do I mean by that? Before you can ever achieve anything in your life, your mind has to. Are you one of those people who complains a lot, more than you'd like to admit? Maybe you're saying things to yourself, maybe yourself that are degrading to yourself. Maybe you don't really like you when you look in the mirror. Maybe you don't like who you've become. Or at that point in your life, now's the time. Now's the time to make those changes. And one of the ways that you can do that, and this is all has to do with the mind, is by putting good things into your mind. This is your fuel. You know, it's not just about food. It's not just about, you have to be putting good things into your mind every day. And music, although I love music, I mean good information is going to help transform your thinking so that you become is very driven and powerful and lacks that comes from our own way of seeing ourselves and thinking we're not good enough, we're not capable enough, we're not. So when you start saying these things to yourself over and over again, you really start to become that. Did you know that your words and your thoughts can shape you into who you are? So combat that. And to become more powerful, you need to be filling your mind with the most information that you can. And so here's step one, is form, and spring is your time to do that. Then step one is you need to something every day, or reading something every day for at least 30 minutes that's going to help reprogram positivity. And what to do, you don't know what to read. There's some great books that I can recommend for you. One of them that I've read years ago, but it's called "You Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought." In fact, I'll grab it really quick. I got it on my bookshelf over here. Maybe. Well, here it is. All right. Okay, so this is the book. I've had this for years. It's beat up and torn. You can't afford the luxury, and it's a book for people with any life, including life. And this is by John Roger and Peter McWilliams. And I mean, it's pretty torn up, and I've pages in here that I've had this, I think, since I was in. That's how old it is. Really great book, and it completely changed the way that you think about things, about life, about your health. And it definitely has changed my life. And I read it at a very young age, and it's helped to make me who I am today. So great book there. And there are a lot. One of the books that I'm actually listening on tape is called Tribes by Seth Godin. And if you're not familiar with Seth, he is an incredible online marketer person in general. He's got some very good books out there, just as a blogger, and his blog became so popular, his blog post. Anyhow, his audiobook that I'm listening to on Tribes has some on how basically you can turn any passion into a following of people who have the same vision. Are unique. Every one of us is unique. And if you have these talents, you need to think about how can you use those talents to give you joy, and it's going to give other people joy and help benefit others. If you feel like that you don't fit somewhere and you're unhappy, then it's probably because you're not using your true talents and your true gifts in the right way. So don't feel like you're inadequate. Really what it means is you're just not a good fit for where you are. You need a place where you can utilize your talents to the best. And that's one of the things that our tribe offers, is an outlet for you to live out those passions and to have a supportive group of people achieve those passions through different ways that we teach you how to be, more importantly, how to run a business immensely successful, wildly successful, more successful imagine right now in this point in your life. Okay, so we talked about the mind. The mind is getting good information in your head every day. Another way you can get good information in your head is to listen to our inner circle audio. Things that we do within our system is we provide you with a digital file. You can access it from any computer or smartphone, circle audios. And these are 30 minutes to an hour listens that you can listen to every day. Try to listen to one every day. And what that gives me fuel. It's going to give me information. It's going to give me motivation. Share shape my business in my positive way. All right, so that's the mind. The other one is your body. Okay, a lot of people think, oh, going, then I'll get my body together, then I'll get my health together, or I say, well, I'm going to get my body together, my health together, and then I'm going to work on my business, then I'm going to work on my mind. Well, they really all have to work all together at the same time. So I challenge that I want to throw out there to all of you. Ready? This is a big challenge, and I'm going to do it with you. So I'm really big on these things called 30-day challenges. And some of you who've been following me, you know I've done some really odd challenges. One of my first challenges was I went on Tim Ferriss's slow carb diet. I don't know if you've heard of Tim Ferriss. He has a book called The 4 Hour, and this has been, gosh, over 2 years ago that I went on. But what it is basically foods, 3 types of foods every day, and it's you eat beans, you eat like meat, chicken, lean chicken, and vegetables. You don't eat any dairy. You don't eat any fruits. Except on your, I call it Dieters Gone Wild day, the whole thing. If you're interested in that, shoot me a message. I have like a cookbook and the actual, and it sounds really crazy, but it worked. So I had a child at the time, and I saw a little baby fat. Lost almost 50 pounds. From really changed my life. It's hard to believe that I weighed that much, but you know, when you have babies. But anyhow, so the 30-day challenges I did ended up becoming a lifestyle for me, and I do use this diet on something you can do for a lifetime, and it's helped me to drop weight when I need to. It's also helped me be more energetic. So that's just one 30-day challenge I did. Another one I did was last year about this time during the gave up gluten. So I gave up wheat products for the entire Lenten season, which last year I think was longer than 6 weeks. Ended up giving that was really challenging that are gluten-free and you know have celiac disease or something like that, because oh my goodness, there's so few things you can eat because almost everything has wheat flour in it. But that really was just kind of a test. It was something I wanted to try to see if I could do it. And it's neat when you get somebody who goes in it with you, somebody else who did it with me. It really makes it easier to take on these challenges. One of the best 30-day challenges I did was actually I went 30 days without sugar. And this was about 6 months ago. I 30 days. And not only sugar, I decided I didn't want to use artificial sweeteners either, other than honey. I felt like honey was okay. But I gave up all and sugar for 30 days. And I will tell you the first 2 weeks was really because I have a chocolate addiction. I love dark, and I love, you know, just about anything that has a chocolatey flavor to it. And so that for me was really hard. But I can tell you that when I gave up sugar, I have never felt as good after giving up sugar. And so I've been cutting back more and more sugar, you know, time, and I've noticed it really has changed me and made me feel a lot healthier. So the ideas I want to throw out there, but here is a few examples. The challenges, I want to encourage everyone to work on their mind, their body, and their spirit for we're going to start the challenge tomorrow. That's Wednesday the 18th. I'm sorry, that's 2 days from today. So tomorrow's the 17th. And so that's Wednesday the 18th of March, and then we're going to go through the 16th of April. So that would be 30 days. So here's the plan, and here's what I'm going to do. And if you want to join me, that would motivate each other. The plan is to work on our mind, our spirit, and here's how we're going to do that. Every day, we're going for our mind. We are going to a good book or listen to a good audio for a minimum of 30 minutes every day for 30 days. Okay, so that's part one of the 30-day challenge. So 30 minutes mindset. Okay, all right, the next part, the body part. we're going to do some form of exercise for 30 minutes per day. Well, we'll say for 5 days a week, because I know a lot of us are really, really busy and to heal from exercise. So 5 days per week, we're going to do a minimum of 30 minutes of exercise, with striving to get an hour in if you're doing 5 days a week. What do I mean by exercise? Walk for 30 minutes, or if you have an exercise routine, or maybe you like to ride your bike, find something that you can do that you enjoy, get your body moving for a minutes 5 days a week. Okay, and let that helps us in our life. Okay, so that was part 2. And then the third part, your spirit, whether you're a Christian, Muslim, or whatever, even if you're agnostic or atheist, to me, your spirit, being in touch with your soul. It's being in touch with your true soul and your true. And the best way that I can see that I have felt to be in touch with that is to meditate. Okay, if you're patient, or maybe you have never done it before, then I encourage you to check out a network blog. I actually have a TV show that I do, and it's called the Marshall Way Network, and you can go to network.com. There's a blog in there on meditation that wrote, and then there also is an episode that we just did this past Friday, the 13th of March, looking at my calendar, Friday the 13th of March, we actually went through the benefits. And in fact, we even had a behavioral clinician who was on the call with us and on this episode, who shared how she uses it in her practice. So meditation she outlines many of the reasons that it's helpful. And if you have not meditated before, I highly recommend you try it, even if you can only do it for a minute, because sometimes it's hard, if you've never done meditation, to sit still for a minute. So in this show, I'll walk you through the website, MarshallWayNetwork.com, where you can register for that show and get access to the past episode. Okay, so here's the spirit part for the 30-day challenge. You're going to, for a minimum of 15 minutes, unless you're brand new to meditation, a minimum of 15 minutes per day for 5 days per week. So a minimum of 5 days, 15 minutes. Okay, all right, so these are the things we're going to do starting the 8th through the 16th of April 2015. We're going to fill our mind with good things for 30 minutes every day. Okay, that's every day, not every 5 days. The rest of them are every 5 days. Body, we're going body with good things. We're going to work out. Number 1, in the diet part, we're going to work out for 30 minutes. Okay, and then the spirit going to meditate for 5 days per week, 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week. All right, now let me go back to the body, because I didn't really talk about diet. I don't want anyone to just drastically change your diet without going out and self-care professional and confirming what you can and can't do, because some of you may be on medications. Do encourage you to really help you with your diet, because it definitely is. And number 1 is to try to cut out more sugar, but sugar, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, those type of things. Cut out as much sugar as you can from your diet. Okay, and artificial sweeteners as well, because really some of those are, and so I would recommend trying to cut them out entirely, but try to cut them out and just see how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel terrible, then by all means put it back in your diet. But I may find that, wow, you feel so good that you don't sugar into your body anymore. Okay, so that's part of it. The other, I encourage you within that 30-day time frame to eat a minimum of 3 fruits and vegetables. And most people only eat like one a day, America that is. So I encourage you to eat a minimum of 3 vegetables every day during that 30-day period. And that's not that hard. If you just say with every, most people eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that you're going to have at least one fruit, or either or. Vegetables are usually better for you than fruits because of the high content sugars in fruits causes some people to get. So I recommend that try to fill up more on the vegetable fruit. But if you can do that for 30 days, I think you will immense change in you and how mindset works and how your body is. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to start this Wednesday. So if you're with me, let me know. And I'm going to share in various blog posts on my toughmamablog.com. I encourage you to share with me as well, or share with with your phone, and let's see what happens. Perhaps we can start a movement of people that are really ready to transform their life and minds for the better. All right, so we've talked about some action steps here, and these are going to help you in your freedom plan as well. So, because here's the thing, when you have a healthy mind, you naturally are drawn to mind, body, and spirit, and they're naturally drawn to you. And by creating that type of environment, now you're creating a mastermind of sorts. You're creating a mastermind of people that want to help because they're in a good place. They're in a good place physically, they're in a good place mentally. And that's really what our tribe is all about. We're all people that are striving to be in a good place, yet we're striving to be in a good place so that we're to be in a good place as well. It's never about the money. I know that comes as a shock to a lot of people, but it's never about, it's about what happens. It's about the transformation of lives. And if you're looking for that type of transformation, there's never been a better time to start than right now. And you're watching this call right now for a reason. Everybody, that we are hearing that certain things happen to us because it's your time to make those changes. Okay, so what are your action steps to creating them? Well, one of the things you can do, other than those, the challenge that I just threw out there for everybody, the other thing is that you can work daily action steps, such as daily writing things that are going to help your business and help your passion. Because you can't, money is the thing that helps us survive. It helps us to ourselves and to have clothing. So you can't be out there for free, because you really do have to charge for things if you're going to live. So what I encourage you to do, if you're not doing it, is to start working on daily revenue generating action steps. And they don't have to be huge. 2 revenue generating steps you need to do daily. And number 1 is list building. By list building, that means collecting emails, collecting clients, collecting customers. So you need to be doing things that are going to draw more people to you, and out there, getting your business out there, getting your passion out there. So if you're not getting that out there to the world, then you're not working on a daily revenue generating activity. So list building is number 1. The second thing is content. Create content. What do I mean by that? Here's the thing. I work in an online business, but the online is worldwide. That's the beauty of the internet, right? The flexibility to, number 1, work from anywhere, which gives me time freedom and space freedom, and it also limited opportunity for revenue, because the world is huge, and through the internet to reach a much broader audience than I would in town that I'm in. So what I need in order to generate more traffic and more people is to create good content. So by content, I every day, and sometimes twice a day, actually. I blog. If it's a blog, it's on my karate blog. If it's not there, it's on my Tough Mama blog. Constantly writing and putting and producing content. And then I'm sharing that content with various social media sites. And what that's doing, it's creating state. And the more you create content, the bigger your real estate gets across the web. Because remember, it's huge. The internet is huge. You know, there's billions of people, not millions, billions of people out there. And in order to reach them, you have to have the most content you possibly. Now, the way to do that is to constantly be adding things out there. So if you're not blogging, then you need a video every day. If you're not producing a video, then you need to be, you know, such as great image. That's another great way to get content out there. Or use, you know, audios. Like Justin Varengia has an amazing podcast. I don't know, maybe a couple months ago, called, and this thing has taken off. It's been #1 in the business of iTunes for a while now. And it's all because he's creating new content, and it's valuable content too. So think about what's going to be the best way for you to create that content. And you'll find initially it kind of takes a while to blog. It could take me 4 hours to produce a blog, which to me now kind of makes me laugh. I produce a brand new blog in 30 minutes or less now. Sometimes it'll take an hour depending on content, but I try to condense that down, because I know the quicker I get at producing good content and getting it out there, the more time I have to do the things I love. So for example, today I took my family, took my boys to go stay in a luxury treehouse. I always had wanted to stay in a treehouse, and this treehouse was amazing. I mean, it was like a luxury hotel room. It was really neat, and it had a suspension bridge and great view of the Ozarks. It wasn't too far from where I live, actually. But we just went there for an overnight trip, and the boys had a blast. And I didn't even have to, you know, take time off, you know, call into a boss and say, you know, hey, by the way, I need a Monday off, because before this call, I didn't have to ask any of those things, because it's my own business. And while I'm running this treehouse, my business is running in the background, and just a week ago is automatically posting, and I am building new leads. I'm building my list. I'm creating new content, all from a treehouse. Isn't that amazing? To me, that's living. That's life ever, where I'm spending time doing something I love, and in the background, I am helping be able to do what they love. Isn't that cool? It just gets me excited to think that that's where we are right now in our life and in our business. If that sounds like you, and that's something you really want for your future, again, I encourage you to reach out. Reach out to me, not because, you know, I'm trying to sell you something. I'm you because I want to help. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I truly want to help other people, so that powerful, visionary, changing the world one person at a time. And I hope that that is the direction your life is going. And that's really why I wanted to have this call today, because you, my friend, deserve to have this. And if you aren't having it, make the change, make a decision to change your life for the better now, because there has never been a better time than right now. And if you continue waiting and saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it when I have more money, I'll do it whenever my spouse approves of it, or whatever, holding you back, that is holding your whole life. Because, you know, those people who started today, where are they going to be a year from now when you're still thinking about starting? They're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of you. Not start today and get started in plan. And that's really what it's all about. It's your life. It's your freedom. Get free from whatever's holding you back from being your true, authentic. It is true. When you follow your dreams and you really are doing your passion, the money does follow. It does. You may not think so at first. You may think I'm a little crazy. I did too when somebody told me. But when you start getting into it and you start showing your passion, everything changes. The world starts to bend and things just start happening, and you're like, how did this happen? Where did these people come from? And, you know, how is it that, you know, this person suddenly is willing to come and help me in my passion and my dream, and they have all the skills that I needed in order for that to happen? Well, it's because I made a decision 2 years ago that I thought was time, and that was to have my own business and be in basically an MLM opportunity that would allow me. And now today, it's something that is just exploding. So I encourage you, if you're on the call, reach out to me or reach out to whoever invited and say, hey, I want what you have. Because together we are so powerful, and that's what the beautiful thing is. You know, you can only achieve so much, but if you've got a whole team all supporting you and cheering you on and cheering each other on, now you have the support group and the support network that you need in order to be a success. And that's really what it's all about. So with that, I'll let you go for this marvel, and I look forward to hearing from you and hearing your comments. Comment if you'd like me to send you a special gift, and I will do so right after this call. Make sure you put your full name in there, and I should have your email on file if you put your full name in. Make it a great day.